Okay, we are live. Let's see how I look on camera. This setup actually looks great. I really like it. I wish I was a little bit fancier. I just have this cheap t-shirt. Guys, it's hot right now. It's like, what? It doesn't tell me. Oh, 30, right. But it's night. And where I am right now, you can feel it a lot more. The heat, that's what I mean. Okay, so let's put the link somewhere. Where do I find the link? Oh, there we go. I am a bit rusty at this. Live streams. Oh, well, since I'm at it. Yeah, this works. This is good. Okay. I really like how this looks, though I should be more used to the fact that the camera is right there. Because if I look, yo, that's Josh. What's up? Like my new setup. I mean, the computer is the same, but the angle is different. What if the stuff was there and the stuff I stream is here? Yes, I am comunisti. Yes, thank you, Josh. That's nice. Comunisti. So the stuff on the back, it's actually news articles that unfortunately I didn't write myself. It's stuff like so in the back here we got an article from my favorite newspaper, Il Mattino, which literally means the morning, and it's a newspaper mostly spread in the south. Unfortunately, there isn't much of it up north. And it's basically just an overview of Draghi's government that I'll probably be reading out at some point if I feel like it. Then we got an interview from a parliamentarian I'm a big fan of. And then over here, you guys can't see it, at least you can see all of it. It's an overview of our current president, Mattarella, which is really nice. Right, instead on the right over here, on my right at least, in your left, there is just like one of those portable walls, I guess, where I hang politically incorrect articles. Not as in like not in a what's up, Eisen? You guys still see me? How do I change that? Now, because over here it's telling me that the connection is poor. Use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Currently, keyframes are not being sent often enough. Very zoomed in. But no, it's like articles that basically are offensive. Um, let's see. Yeah, this one, it's a good example that should be easy to translate. So this is an article from, looks about 15-20 FPS. Yeah, and I can see actually from the thing that, but it's the first time that a thing like this happened. Stream settings, closed captions on list. Enable DVR, okay. Streams latency. It's ultra low because that's how I like it. Oh, now it's back to normal. That's good to know. Oh no, it's back at it again. Guess, I mean, it's am I streaming the whole screen? So maybe you guys can help me out. It's all in Italian. Why the fuck did they change it all in Italian over here? Well, it's never been. My man got the Filter Deluxe on the wall. I do have the Filter Deluxe on the wall. So this is the article I was talking about. It's from the newspaper Libero, which is kind of a far-right paper. And it basically says, what's the connection between gay pride with the monkeys? Yeah, the new disease, like Vaiolo. What the fuck is that in English? Vaiolo. Oh, okay, yeah, monkeypox. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, monkeypox, right. I'm guessing it's because Vaiolo kind of sounds like, I don't know, the Danish equivalent of it, or well. Essentially, this article came out, does it say? Yeah, 24th of May. And it was that one time in which the OMS, like the thing that shit, I cannot put words straight. The World Health Organization, so WHO, yeah, that one. Basically said something along the lines of, oh yeah, like half of the people that actually have monkeypox are gay, and a lot of people actually criticized this announcement because it was unreasonably, discriminatory towards gay people. Because how does that help us? Why are you saying that most of them are gay people? What they were trying to say is that it is sexually transmitted, but it kind of makes sense that gay people are the most affected by a sexually transmitted disease because they have less reason to use condoms. But again, that's still why the fuck would you say that? That's they create a conspiracy theory on how not filtered water in the U.S. is connected to fast food industry in America. Out of boredom, it would sound better than my liberal. Absolutely. That's the new one with the fucked source and shit. Absolutely. Yeah. Exactly, Josh. Fucking homophobic, but true. I mean, yeah, it is true, but the World Health Organization, you're supposed to educate people to make sure they don't catch the bitch. And how does knowing that half of the people that are affected are gay, how does that help us? Honestly, it's not like it's a cold, so you can technically avoid gay people so you don't catch it. It's sexually transmitted, so even if you're like, who cares? Like, who cares if the person is gay? But anyway, this article is defending the WHO. It's saying something along the lines of, let's see if I can find it. On the basis of the available information, the WHO, was, proceeded. The cases have been identified mainly, but not exclusively, among men that have sexual relations with other men. This clarification has triggered the rage and despair of those who mix up sanitary instructions with presumed discriminations on sexual basis. I'm really Google translating this shit, but that's basically what they're saying. Essentially, that you guys are overly sensitive. But this is sanitary instruction. It's for your health, my man. You cannot, like, you're just being a crybaby. No one is being homophobic over here. You need to chill. That's what they're trying. That's what they are saying. But yeah, bro, you're my Italian Google Translate. Thanks, bro. But yeah, I'm putting this back. There's also like, yeah, sure, I can actually show you this other thing. It's an headline, so it's easier to translate and to contextualize. This one. So Libero is owned, not owned, but it's controlled by. What do you think of the mega coalition with that Marco Rizzo created? I was actually reading about that earlier, but I'm not too informed. For those of you who do not know, Marco Rizzo is a radical communist. Actually, let's put this here. Myself here. Okay, let's go. Coalizione Marco Rizzo. There we go. Affari italiani. Conte, shut the fuck up. Lezioni di posizione lista entro poche ore. Ok. So yeah, Marco Rizzo. Oh yo, what? Oh, by the way, I'm publicly out as pansexuals. That's cool and shit. Oh, okay. Congratulations, Josh. I'm happy about it. Honestly, this is actually really cool. I have another friend who's speaking of the gay. Yeah. I have another friend also that is pansexual. But yeah, thank you for sharing. That's great news, honestly. I'm happy for you. So, speaking of the gay. So yeah, Marco Rizzo. Let's contextualize. But it's good to hear that it's good that you're telling me, Josh, because we haven't talked in a bit. So yeah, he's a former deputy for the Italian Republic. Is it there like in English Google Translate? I mean, in English Wikipedia for him. Yeah, he's the general secretary of the Italian Communist Party. This guy, and nobody really cares about him. Italian Sovereignty and Popolare should be the name of the coalition. Whoa. Yeah, Josh, this guy is super fucking based, I'm sure. I used to have an add-on. Yeah, there we go. No, translate this page. Yeah, let's fucking go. United for the Constitution in the field. List within a few hours. Let's go. So in Italy, can I zoom it? Because I can... because my screen is actually kind of far away. It's at least a meter away. So I can't read this stuff, for example. I mean, I can. United for the Constitution is preparing for the September 25th elections. I can read that, but... you know, it's not like so comfortable. Zoom. There we go. Plus, it would probably be easier for you too. So. Also, have you seen the worker strikes in Scandinavia and Germany? I heard about it. Can you like um, expand? So you are one in the field, so you definitely know a lot more than me. It seems that I cut out. There's a lot of errors. I wanna see if there's like a way maybe that I can switch up output. Okay, bitrate video, bitrate audio. Guys, if I lower the bitrate, the stream goes faster, right? How does that work? Help me out. If you lower the bitrate, the stream goes faster, but the quality gets shitter, basically. Yeah, I can go with that, honestly. Instead of doing 2,500, I'm gonna go with 2,000 and see what happens. Hopefully that will change it. Oh, they'll fix it. But you guys can hear me fine. It's just blurry, right? Can you guys even read what's up here? I can zoom. I know it's ugly. Oh, the way they placed this picture and in the page is so ugly. And the message is still up. It's annoying. It started with yeah, SAS. Okay, yeah, making deals at the start of COVID where they fire their pilots. We promised to hire them after COVID. Yeah, okay. So yeah, okay. I'm aware of the situation with the cheap airlines. Yeah, yeah, cutting down on their employees, and then just refuse to hire, pilots, hostesses, but also like people without the that put the baggages in the planes. It's like it's real. Ryanair also and EasyJet was doing the same, but I think most airlines were doing this. I'm really unsure on who to vote on the 25th of September because I really don't have a choice. Yeah, I definitely get it. It's basically we'll be voting for the same people, but worse. Marco Rizzo, Antonio Ingro, I know Ingroia. Hold up, Nicola Lanza, Francesco Donato, Francesco Toscano too. I've heard of some of these, but man, the way they translate this shit sucks. With the same rights, now COVID is kinda but not really over. They didn't rehire the pilots on the old company, where the union has a pay deal, and made a couple new companies. Wait, they made new companies? Huh. Miglior pat. What does that mean? Without new companies without a union deal. Okay, so I see it. So they could rehire them at lower prices and with worse work environment. Yeah, that sucks. The union said fuck you and had a massive worker strike costing us about 2 billion krona. Okay. Miglior partito Adinolfi. Yeah, Adinolfi absolutely the best party right now. What is up, Kyle? What up, French Kiwi? Welcome back. I'm gonna do the fist bump, whatever the bro fist. That's what it's called. You're giving me the bro fist. Yo, for some fucking reason, the stream is all like, error. You guys can see it, right? Is it? How's the quality? Now the same thing is happening with baggage handlers in Germany. I love it. Capital income always workers rise when workers rise. Yep. I mean, damn, Saz is a bitch. That's just not how you do business. Terrible. What's the name of those companies that SAS made? So I'll be sure to avoid them. Quality is good. The page is a bit too zoomed in. Oh, okay. Then I guess it's just YouTube dripping balls. Well. So, what do you guys wanna hear from me today? You wanted to hear me talking about the Draghi crisis, or do you just wanna rewatch Italian Politician of the Week with me? Either way, I'll contextualize. You know, playlists. Oh, if you haven't watched the new video on Salvini over here, no, I didn't want to watch it. It's doing pretty well, so if you haven't already, just do it right now. Well, is that light from outside coming into your room? Oh no, not from the outside. Not from the outside. There's like a lamp here. I don't know if you can. Maybe it's out of frame. Now you definitely see it. Let's rewatch Italian Politician. Yeah. What university studies do you do? So I graduated from political science at the University of Bologna in December. Right now I am studying journalism. Also, I forgot to show you the headline, the base headline from before. SAS Connected and SAS Link, I think they are internal companies that lend workers to SAS, without too much detail into specifics, okay? Well, they are easy to identify then. Watch the clash between Adinolfi against Martina Emeralds and Max Felicitas on White Area. Man, it's that the debate it's in Italian, so I would have to translate everything. And most of the people here don't speak Italian yet. So here's the other based, super, just to contextualize, when I say based, I mean something that is horrible and terrible and I don't agree with. So this headline, it literally says, can I see it here? So I don't have to turn the page around. There. Actually, I'm gonna zoom in. Not this, fuck. This. Bugs, gender, and migrants. This is the Europe of the future. So fucking based. So based. Can I put this smaller? Okay. So they hire workers and lend them to the main company, like shell companies to SAS. It's a lazy attempt to undermine the Danish pilots union. Absolutely. They don't want any planes or anything, just workers. Yeah. I haven't watched the last video on Salvini yet, I'm going to. Then I'ma post a comment in a stereotypical Italian-American accent. Okay, good. Okay, that's very interesting, Josh. I totally stand. I'm gonna boycott SAS from now on, although I don't think I will have much of a chance to use them. French Kiwi, thank you very much. Very kind of you. I'm waiting for the stereotypical Italian-American accent comment. And then Stuco saying base. Absolutely fucking based. Video on Adinolfi when? Certainly in the future. I'll be definitely bully the fuck out of him. I'm gonna contextualize to the ones who don't know who Adinolfi is. This thing was about to fall on me. There we go. So Mario Adinolfi is an Italian politician who is also president of party secretary of a luckily very small party called the People of Family, which is essentially a party which uh, advocates for very conservative family values and yeah, that a woman should be. He's a Discord moderator, basically. Is yeah, he's very conservative. He's racist. He's sexist. He hates women. He fucking sucks. He's a great poker player. Is Josh here? Yeah, Josh is here. You seem more excited about Josh than me. Look at him. He looks like fucking Kirby. He looks like he's about to explode, y'all. Look at this dude. We can all fit inside his t-shirt. He also played poker in his life apparently, which is ironic. Yeah. Hey, just one time, I'll see. Yeah. So yeah. Also, guys, seriously, Jack Black, and Mario Dinolfi, literally the same person, because they're both fat. They he plays poker, so Blackjack, Jack Black. Come on, guys. It's right there. Come on. We can all fit inside him. Oh no. I'm better than no one. No one is better than anyone else. Hello. That's nice. Yo, this man. This man. Dude. Mario Dinolfi, Jack Black, literally the same person. They both have glasses. He doesn't have. Yeah, he does. They both have glasses. They both have beards. They're both fat. I don't know if Jack Black hates women. Probably. I don't know. Dude, they're literally the same person. Have you guys ever seen Jack Black and Mario Dinolfi in the same room? Think not. Man, no, dude, Jack Black isn't nearly as based as him. Except the dude probably eats Jack Black for breakfast, looking at the size of those titties. Yo, based? Factual. For real. So yeah, that's the situation. Talking about, yeah, Mario Dinolfi. This dude, yo, look at he is an absolute unit. How the fuck does he have sex? I don't know the answer to this. Because the man has a wife. No, because Jack Black wouldn't want to be anywhere near him. I mean, I agree. Sorta. This dude. I love this picture though. That's his profile picture on Facebook. Nice. Ah, yeah, the base party. Let's see. There we. Yeah, where's Oh wait, right. So should we go for season 5 or should I go with season 4? Nah, Jack Black doesn't date woman. He's so cringe. You don't shit on women 24/7. You're a simp. Yeah. Jack Black is super nice, unlike Adinolfi. Yeah, that's true. I love Jack Black. Right now, I was actually watching a video review of Kung Fu Panda. Like, I should rewatch that movie. Guys, if I could, I would watch many movies with you guys, like live, but I don't think that's legal. I honestly don't think that's legal. Think of all the shit. Okay, what is yeah? Let's watch season 4, the history season. Okay. There is some history here too. We got Joliti and Nenny, but sure. Oh, we're starting with Salvini. That's good. Yeah, season 4 is actually has many strong episodes. Listening to you talking in Italian feels weird for some reason. Yeah, it's weird to do voiceovers in Italian too. It's not on YouTube. It's on Twitch. Legal, that is. Ah, is that true? Then maybe I should move to Twitch. Uh, what is a chef? Was it? Yeah, Chef Rilis. I don't know what the fuck his name is, but the guy with the villain from Moana. Moana is that? What's it called? I think it's Moana. Anyway, I'm head out. I'm marathoning VGHS on the side, and it's getting good. Alright, bro, I'll see you later. See ya, Josh. Yeah, Twitch is much more loose with copyright and shit. YouTube will ban your channel. Holy fuck. Listening to you speak is weird, period. No, I read it. It's too late, quarantine. I've seen it. See ya, Josh. So getting back to Eisen, it was hard for me to transition from Italian narration to from English to Italian too. But the situation is the following: is that I want to grow my audience, and I think the best way to do it is to actually make a name of myself in the Italian sphere, which I already sort of do. Have it, but I want to spread it, and I want to be able to do more collaborations with other similar channels. I have a couple coming up. I should be appearing in a video of Padanian shit poster soon. I'll be it will be a voiceover, and yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy. I will definitely notify you on Discord. I think the funniest moment in Italian politics, it's the tweet of Simone Di Stefano, the ex-secretary of Campania, calling for a coalition with Marco Rizzo and Adinolfi. Man, what's it called? Horseshoe theory situation. I definitely have to make a video on that. Yo, this popcorn has a weird shape. Let's see if I can show you. It looks like the flame of a candle. See, this is the flame of the candle. It's interesting. That's gonna be the most interesting thing you will see in this stream. Alright. Also, to the new ones, what do you think about my new setup? I'll probably be recording some videos like this too. So, the first episode, Salvini. I'm actually very proud of this one. I'm so fat. Let's go. Yeah, you guys ready? How many people are watching anyway? 4. That's great. Wait. Oh, yeah. You guys can hear it. It's all good. Gonna do French subs for some of your videos, but just for shit and giggles. Shit and giggles, okay. Translate the names as well, so you'll be watching a video on Pierre Nieni instead of Pietro. Let's watch, yeah. That would be nice if you wanna do that, although it's a very tedious work. What I actually recommend is, hold up. What I actually recommend is to put a whole text in it, and then just fix the timing if it's wrong, because usually what I can do for you if you want is that I send you the script of the video in question. I have most of them, at least the ones in the past 2 years, and I'll just send you the script and then you translate it or something, and I'll just place it. I don't know, it's up to you. Let's keep watching. Yo, Premiere. Yo, cringe lord. Oh, for real? It's shit? The audio of the Salvini meeting is kind of shite. I can hear perfectly, but the video itself can't hear anything. No audio. It's good that you guys pointed that out. Let's see if we can do something about it. Video output capture. Oh, that's why.
Very strong friends.
Now you can hear it, right? You guys can hear it? Yo, the intro is fucking epic. Alright. Before we begin, I wanna show you where I got this song from. As you can see, I sped it up a little bit.
Rolli fatti a mano senza N. Crema pasticcera artigianale senza artige. Pezzettoni da.
If you wanna check out the song afterwards, it's great. Shout out to the Nano War of Steel. So I'm gonna put it in the chat. Fucking bass song. Let's keep going. To this day, my favorite intro is Thick Salvini one. I think it's the intro of episode 2. Yeah, it's Andiamo a cena da Gianni. It's a fucking bass song, yeah. It is I, Ipernick, the Great is Silent, and I welcome you to the 4th season premiere of Italian Politician of the Week. Today we are talking about Matteo Salvini, Party Secretary of Lega, former Minister of the Interior, and arguably one of the most popular politicians in Italy since 2018. Now, the premise of this series is mostly to educate foreigners in what really is happening in Italy, how the political machine works, who makes it work, and most importantly, how it impacts the rest of Europe. As a human being, I am imperfect and therefore often not objective and even biased, but instead of hiding it and claiming my takes to be factual, I acknowledge and embrace my imperfections by openly stating my opinion as such, in the hopes of starting a conversation in the comments. However, this episode will be a bit different. Remember, guys, because Salvini is much more than a politician with his own history, ideals, and voter base. He is a symbol. No. Somebody says he's objective, that has a very negative impact on political discourse. Loved by many for what he says rather than what he does, Salvini stole the heart of nearly a third of Italians at one point for being able to say exactly what everyone was thinking. Unfortunately, this variety came at a price of coherence. I guess some would call it populism, but Salvini doesn't exactly fall into that definition. Journalist Marcel Padovani actually puts it best. Matteo Salvini is only an opportunist demagogue who resorts to populism when he needs it. Then, if Salvini isn't a populist, what is he? Born in Milan in 1973, he was a journalist and radio host for Padania and Radio Padania. He signed up to Lega Nord in 1990 under the leadership of Umberto Bossi back when the party was federalist. He was the director of Radio Padania from 1999 to 2013, city council member from 1994 to 2004 in Milan, and member of the European and Italian Parliament throughout the 2000s. Things changed radically in 2012 when the leader of Lega Nord, Umberto Bossi, was forced to retire from political life due to numerous charges of corruption and misuse of party funds. His success. Bossi, shut the fuck up, I need to show you something. This is literally how I feel right now. I'm watching my own videos and complimenting myself and saying based. Ah, that's good to know, Ais, and good luck with your work. Mom, can we have Pericles, honey? We have Pericles at home. Pericles at home. Ha! Nice.
Successor Maroni is
Bossy.
chosen as a temporary successor
Ayo,
while the
Maroni.
party gets itself on its feet again. The
Maroni is actually an interesting person. I would love to cover, like, maybe talk a little bit about him, but he's a kind of a political nobody now. It's kind of silly.
power vacuum allowed Salvini to swoop in and to become party secretary in 2013. However, he was a lot more ambitious than his predecessors. He wanted Lega Nord to drop the Nord in its name and turn it from a niche to an actual force to be reckoned with that could actually challenge Forza Italia and the Democratic Party.
Yo.
He started campaigning all over Italy, not just the Nord, and eventually Lega Nord turned into just Lega. By 2017, his current had become a majority in the party, allowing him to be reconfirmed party secretary in the Congress of the same year. In the 2018 elections, Lega presented itself in the center-right
Indeed, yeah.
coalition with Forza
Would have
Italia
been
and
very
Fratelli.
interesting if Lega allied itself with the left in 2001, but they didn't. I don't know though the context of that election. It's probably one of the elections I know the least about. What does Bossi do now? Does he approve what Salvini did with his party? He doesn't hate it, but a lot of the former federalists, they kind of tolerate what Salvini has been doing, and there's like Lega Nord still technically exists, but it's like an inside group inside of Lega Nord, and they basically just thrive off of whatever Salvini has been doing. Bossi's on a wheelchair. He's not particularly healthy, but he's still alive and mentally sound. He started making poetry, which I already talked about in my previous video on Bossi, and he went to vote for the President of the Republic earlier this year. But chances are he just wrote, he just drew a penis into his card where he was supposed to, vote, right? The name of the candidate he wanted to be president.
D'Italia. While Meloni and Berlusconi advocated for their respective ideologies, Salvini almost gave the audience a blank check and repeated exactly what they wanted him to say. He listened to the people, figured out what people perceived to be the main problems the country was facing, and then told them they were right and that the reason why this was happening was because of the
Salvini
immigrants
Premier.
and the fact that the government preferred to help them rather than the Italians. His
Stop
motto
listening, but
was
the sound is
Italians
way
first,
too
and
low.
if you
Oh.
voted for Salvini, he promised to kick all foreigners out and
Give me a second. I mean, it's here. Here it's to the max. Output capture is also to the max. I don't know what to tell you, man. Everything is to the max here. Are you guys having a similar problem with the sound? You guys tell me. End result. No. Pavel has beast-like speakers. I think it's all good in my opinion. Yeah, end result. Seems like you're being ostracized and discriminated against for your take. I think on the contrary, you should lower the volume of the video a bit, because when you add on the video, we have a hard time hearing what you're saying. I see. So, okay. That's why I stop it. I mean, I could just stop it. Let's lower the volume of the video.
make Italy care about Italians again. The party achieved a historic result of around 17% of the votes, making it the most voted in the coalition, hence turning Salvini the coalition leader, finally putting Berlusconi in the sidelines. When
Salvini,
the time came to choose a president, Salvini reached an agreement with Luigi Di Maio and put Giuseppe Conte as the shared premier, thus giving life to the first yellow-green government in Republican history. From June 1st, 2018 to the 5th of September 2019, Salvini was vice president and interior minister. In the 2019 European elections, using the same campaign premises, Lega obtained 34% of the votes, making it the most voted party in Italy. In August of the same year, given the differences between the two majority parties, Lega, thanks to the consensus obtained in the administrative and European elections, presented a motion of no confidence after the treachery.
Isn't it like
movement made a new alliance with the Democratic Party, to which Conte felt more aligned with, and made a new government.
Tell me how close that is.
Conte's second cabinet lasted until January 2021, when Draghi came around. But if you want to know more about this, I suggest looking into Conte's video. Now, Draghi's cabinet is a government.
Conte's video is also another one I'm really proud of.
Ministers of his own choosing, some of which are from Lega. But Salvini has had little more than a marginal approach lately, as his support dwindles slightly. But he is still very popular because he is always on TV and is very outspoken. Well, then what does he talk about?
I think that at this point he had like 24%.
Many people consider Salvini a wonderful speaker,
in the polls.
someone who is
Now he
easy
has
to
14.
understand
It's
because
very
he
sad.
uses very colloquial terminology and things like the average Joe. He speaks like the buddy you meet at the bar after work, and I get how that is charming for many people. But the problem isn't really him or the way he speaks, but the way he talks about certain things. He's not the first politician to give simple solutions to very complicated problems, but the way he does it doesn't encourage people to look more into it, and makes people accept the simplest answer to things rather than the most logical or the most efficient. There is a big difference between liking a speaker for being persuasive
Migrants
and
are
for liking
coming.
him for saying
Fuck
things
black
you
people.
agree with.
Am I right, guys?
Someone is
So based
persuasive
vote
when
Lega
he's
if you
able to
agree.
change your mind on things, or makes you look
It
at
is a
things
Powell,
differently. Salvini doesn't do that. Salvini is superficial
La
and
cock,
obvious,
ayo.
and encourages misinformation and superficiality.
I know Salvini for
Like
literally
the
anything
average
else except
internet
for the
user,
politics
Salvini
and
has to
mainly
have an
in talking
opinion on
about
everything,
food.
regardless
Pretty
of his
close.
knowledge
Thank
on
you,
the matter.
Pavel.
Since I imagine many of you wonder what his positions are, I have listed a bunch of topics that he talks about often. Let's start with
Oh,
immigration.
look, Jason, now,
Salvini's premise on immigration is that these people come from poor countries and seek better living conditions.
Ayo,
and
that's my
opportunity.
boat.
Salvini's solution, though, is to quote-unquote help
Me and the
them by
homies
keeping
illegally
them at
landing
home,
into
which
another
means,
country.
I guess, to help these people by investing in the third world. It doesn't really elaborate
We
further.
were vibing,
Then he
Salvini. Why
wants
were you
to
pointing at
close
us?
the ports, I guess, to stop the immigrants from landing and steal our jobs or something. But what if one or more of these passengers are in need of medical attention? What if the ship is sinking?
I steal jobs all the time. In my locker, I have got like 17 jobs. You guys can't have them.
What if they are in Italian waters? You can't just let them drown. The reason why international aid and closing the ports doesn't quite solve the problem
Yo,
is
that's
because the
literally how
issue
it
is
went.
a lot bigger and more complicated than Salvini makes it out to be.
Look at that boat over there. There's those migrants and flock back people. Oh, it's literally how he sounds.
These are all very important sides that need to be kept in consideration when dealing with this humanitarian
I tried to do his
crisis.
voice
I'd
in
be
English,
happy
it
to
doesn't really
explore
work.
it one
If you
day
want, I
by
can make
talking
an
about
impression in
Salvini's
Italian.
predecessor, Marco Minniti, and the deals
Ayo.
he made with the Libyan authorities for the safe passage of these ships while he was Minister of Internal Affairs. Let me know what you guys think.
This
Next
guy's
up,
pointing.
we have the European Union. When people ask Salvini who is to blame for whatever problem Italy is facing, he usually blames
Salvini Salvini is
three
about to
things
spill
for
the
reasons
most
that are
homophobic shit he
understandably
ever,
intertwined.
like,
The left,
humanity can ever come up
immigration,
with.
and the European Union, specifically the euro. As he puts it, the European Union, with its monetary policy, is some sort of crime against humanity, and it
Bruh.
interferes too much with Italian policies and businesses. As they say,
Okay.
if you don't want to take responsibility for something, just blame it on the European Union. I do it all the time, but I think some
Oh, yo, that's Fontana. Shit, I didn't know that's Fontana. This guy, this dude, bruh. This man, chubby motherfucker. This guy, he did a funny. How do I explain? Like, I remember that when people were voting for the Zan decree, which basically introduced the law to the law, basically the crime of discrimination of people based on sexual identities. He was all like, "Ah, no, we cannot vote for that because that's literally, it's literally like this influencer, what's the name, Fedez. It's basically all about Fedez selling everyone nail polish. It's like something like that, and basically everybody was like, "What the fuck you're talking about? You're smoking nail polish, my man."
Salvini might be taking this a bit too far. While it is true that ever
Avengers
since Italy
Endgame is the
joined
most
the
ambitious crossover.
Eurozone, growth has been slower, but blaming it entirely on the currency is once again superficial. Admittedly, I have had
Yo, Brody.
opportunities before to actually explain why this is the case in previous videos, like in Brody's or Paragones, but the fact is that when it comes to trade, the transportation, welfare and freedom in general, things have improved significantly since we joined the Union. It
True.
has its problems, but Italy is far from being one of them, regardless of what other countries say. The lira
Based.
was also a weak-ass currency, so you seriously want to go back to it? Get out of here.
The lira fucking sucked.
Now let's talk about economics. When it comes down to political problems in the economic field, Salvini has repeatedly expressed himself against the free market, referring to it as total chaos, again without elaborating further. Since supply and demand are too hard for him to understand, he expressed himself more in favor of protectionism, because it will protect Italian products
Those
and
are chaos,
businesses
so shut the
from
fuck
the
up.
evil
Just do
international competition
microeconomics
of the
class or
globalized
something.
market that usually encourages
Read a fucking
technological,
book.
social, and scientific advancements in the production of these wares. Despite this, he is a firm supporter of measures
yo, he
of
has a green
strict
screen.
neoliberal compliance, such
He's
as
not
the
actually at work,
introduction
that's
of
a
the
green screen.
simple rate tax or flat tax, as well as being in favor of fiscal federalism, exactly like Bossi back in the day. Putting
Based.
aside the fact that being for economic federalism and protectionism doesn't make a lot of sense, his position is based
Yeah, that's
entirely
true.
on the idea that our products and the way we make them are the best, regardless of the market demand and whatever everyone else says. Therefore, the economy should reflect their beliefs. Protectionism usually also creates a bubble around a country's economy, hence making
Yeah.
exportation a lot harder, and that is usually very bad for
So
growth
Arna's also
and
willing to
jobs
think
and
about other
stuff, but I
countries'
don't
economies.
think
He doesn't want
Salvini
Italy to hold
minds
Germany
for
back.
as long as he can still get free food at town fairs. Next,
Yo.
we have society and civil rights. On the social front, Salvini is extremely opposed to civil unions, same-sex marriage, adoption by gay couples, and supports measures to prevent and or combat homosexuality. He is
Yo.
also strongly opposed to the legalization of soft drugs, including cannabis light and euthanasia. However, he declares
Yeah,
himself
because
in favor
weed
of the
is
legalization
technically
of
worse than
prostitution
alcohol.
and the reopening of brothels, which is very odd since he goes out of his way to kiss Christian symbols during his rallies and encourages people to pray.
That's a thing that a lot of people criticize from the right and the left. Italy is supposed to be, like an atheist country, they don't associate with any religion. Christianity is the most common one, but but Italy is a lake, like, oh, how the fuck you say that? Like, oh, English. That's not. Yeah, it's a secular country. There we go. Do you think the same-sex civil unions will be abolished if the right wins? I don't. I don't think it will be abolished. I think that things will just stay the same. Because that's what the right does. They literally just keep everything behind. I don't think we'll be falling back that much. But yeah, that's I don't think that they will abolish the Cirina law or the Cirina decree, because I don't know. At the end of the day, the Cirina decree was already heavily edited by the right too. So I think the English word you are looking for is secularism. Yeah, I found it. In French, it's also called lake. Lake. I guess that's the way you pronounce it. But yeah, like secular. So in the people of the right, especially the religious ones, they were like, "Ayo, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you why are you making out with that crucifix, man? Just stay away from it, you know." The hardcore Lega fans, they were criticizing it as like, you know, Bossi was kind of like a libertarian. He always, yeah, secular. He was, you know, he didn't care much about religion. He just wanted Southerners to fuck off because they were black people to him. But he was never religious in any way. And here comes Salvini, and he starts, you know, having this very platonic and open. I think there was also like it's in the Bible that you cannot like pray open. Like this thing about praying in public is perceived as wrong by the church. In fact, recently the Pope came in and said that the right scares him, and people should vote for the Democratic Party. Like legit, he said that for him before big elections, which is kind of offensive. He is also strongly opposed to the Mancino law and the Zan law proposal that include legal. Mancino is to protect ethnic groups, and the Zan law is for sexual identity. Aggravating circumstances if a crime was done with racist and I explain it afterwards on intent, respectively. There is not much to say here that I haven't said before. His positions are a clear indication of his inability to grow as a person, since he does nothing but hang on to ideals and principles that are outdated at best and very offensive at worst. When it comes to foreign policy, he usually supports neo-democracies like Putin's Russia and Orban's Hungary. To give him some credit though, he doesn't seem to agree with them on an ideological level, but only because his party receives funds from both of these countries. True. I talked about that a bit in although that is not confirmed. There was a lot of drama in 2019 about the 49 million euros missing in Lega's financial report after one of Salvini's collaborators went to Russia for a conventional meeting. Back then, people were spamming on social media things like, "What happened to the 49 million, Salvini?" It got so bad that he actually had to put these words in some sort of blacklist. So as soon as you wrote these things on his social media, you got instantly banned. I got blocked by Salvini on Instagram because of this shit. Although he deleted the pictures of him with the "Make America Great Again" hat after the Capitol Hill assault, which is something I can honestly appreciate. He also went to North Korea with Antonio Razzi. Antonio Razzi, I love Antonio Razzi. Now that I picked Salvini's positions apart, I really want to talk about Lega for a moment. Specifically their economists, who are, in my humble opinion, truly underrated, perhaps for a specific reason. Giorgetti is one of them, the current Minister of Economic Development, who aligns very well with Draghi for his liberal policies that honestly bring a lot of faith. Other notables are Claudio Borghi, Alberto Bagnai, and Antonio Maria Rinaldi, three
three
These
Eurosceptics
three are
that
kind of
brought
stupid,
up very
though.
interesting arguments for why the euro should be not necessarily removed, but definitely reevaluated
The
and
money,
perhaps
yeah.
changed.
Absolutely.
Even though I don't exactly see myself aligning with any of them, I'd be happy to talk about them eventually if you guys vote for them.
Yeah, these
are
three
just
guys
a
are
few
retards.
Lega members
Basically,
that
that's what
actually
I'm
play
trying
a
to say.
respectable
The
role
Three
in
Stooges,
political
yeah.
discourse. There are also some that hold the similar positions to Salvini that actually bring up constructive arguments when fighting for values or for protectionism, you know? So why do they allow themselves to be represented by Salvini? I think it's because they realize that his strongest point is to gather votes, and that's all they let him do now. It's not exactly a secret that the members of Lega don't really think that Salvini is capable to govern or to do much more of what he's doing right now, especially since the last time he was in government, he passed a terrible decree that made it harder for immigrants in general to apply for citizenship or any sort of identification document, hence creating the number of invisibles.
This is a real topic, serious topic too.
The safety decrees were done to reduce crime and immigration, but what it did was just to leave many people without a home or even an identity. Salvini often brags about the fact that when he was in office, the ships
that's like,
coming into ports
landings.
decreased in numbers. But detention centers were full anyway, and it turned out that immigrants were landing in Italy regardless, thanks to organized crime, who then picked up these people to work in their farms, plantations, or labs. The latter two were not exactly dedicated to food production, although the agricultural system seems to be a sector very underrated and often run by organized groups that rely on borderline slavery. The one who brought attention to the problem was Abubakar Somauro, a unionist
which I
of
made a video
African
on
descent
later,
who has
yeah.
dedicated his life to the fight for the rights of the underpaid farmers with no identity that are abused every day. Again, another person I really want to talk about. I think that's about all of it. I wanted to talk about vaccines and the Green Pass too, but Salvini's opinions are kind of nonsensical because they attempt to oppose and agree with Draghi at the same time. This usually also leads to misunderstandings and the spread of misinformation thanks to other politicians that I hope to cover in future episodes too. I guess we can call it a day. What do you guys think about Salvini? Do you agree with my
Things
takes?
were
Has your
simpler back
mind
then.
been
When did this
changed
video come
regardless?
out? October. Yeah. Things were a lot more simple. Now it's fucked. Now it's literally fucked. Guys, I don't think we can watch the whole series today. So, which episode do you want me to go for next? You guys tell me, else I'll be choosing one at random. Come on. Let's hear it. You can also go for another season if you guys want. Can you run through the list first and then we'll choose? Alright, so we got Di Pietro, which we can watch at least the beginning if you want, quarantine, because then we can see the meme of Salvini being thick. Orlando, which is alright. Bernini, which is okay. Jelly is actually, I remember looking at this a couple of months ago again. It's pretty good. The Gasper is a bit tedious. Moro is a bit... No, Moro is actually interesting because I don't really cover the death of him. I just cover his governments, which is interesting. Andreotti, yeah, sure. Andreotti, you guys want to see Andreotti? Great. Else we have Fini, Mussolini, Di Maio, which is probably going to be the next one. And then Grillo and Cossiga. So, let's go with Andreotti. I don't remember what I said in this one, so let's see. I don't remember the skit in this one, so let's see.
Quale futuro lei
Ah,
si
of
augura
course,
per i bambini
of
di
course, I
oggi?
should have seen this coming. You guys know the context of this?
Presidente, quale futuro lei si augura per i nostri bambini? Presidente? Presidente?
You guys know the context? Just tell me yes or no. I can explain it. I can explain everything. It's not as it looks. He did not die. You don't know the context. Okay, so basically, this was in an interview in 2008. Motherfucker stroke like on TV. What that said. It was a light stroke. In fact, right after it, he showed up to show people, yo, I'm fine. But he went straight to the hospital afterwards because, you know, it was a light stroke. It was 2008. He was in his late 80s. He died in 2015, and he was in his mid 90s. Let's see. Let's verify. But yeah, this guy was, you know, former prime minister. So. Yeah, 1919. So 2008. 1919. Yeah, it was 89. That is man. But yeah, he had a stroke, and the journalist didn't pick it up at first, and she kept calling him as like Presidente, 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 Presidente. Can you believe Kissinger is still alive? What the fuck? He's still alive? You know who else is still alive? This motherfucker. This dude is still alive. He's 96. Born in 1925. This guy was, he was prime minister. Then president of the Democrazia Cristiana for a very long time. And it was supposedly part of P2, the secret organization. And yeah, this dude, there were another guy who had his same age is this journalist Scalfari, who founded Repubblica, but he died like last week. Yeah, 2 weeks ago now. He founded Repubblica. Yeah, it's a very good. I mean, one of the biggest newspapers in Italy. Now it kind of sucks. Yeah, Scalfari. He appears in that in Il Divo movie. I mean, it's not him; it's a character. But you know, Secret Forlani is keeping to his grave. Can only imagine. Yeah, like there are clips of Forlani literally just. That's his thing. He was famous for not saying nothing. Like he literally just was able to sit for an hour somewhere. People would ask him questions, and nothing would get out of that man. How was your day? It proceeded. Ah, yes. What did you do today? Ah, the usual activities you do in a day. Did you go somewhere? I went where I had to go. And where did you have to go? To places where I had errands. It literally would go like this. It would, like, it literally opposite Cossiga. I don't know. Cossiga was fucking base. I love Cossiga. Another guy that died recently is Ciriaco Demita. It was, I think it was 86 when he died. It wasn't that old. No way. It was in his 90s too. Yo, this dude was like another very influential man in Democrazia Cristiana, especially in the south. But yeah, let's get back to Andreotti.
The week. I am Ipernick, the great is silent, and today we are talking about Giulio Andreotti. Usually I say
If
the
you
episode
haven't
number at
liked
the beginning
and
of
watched
every
these
video,
videos
but I keep
already,
screwing
be
that
sure
up
to do
lately,
so.
let's just drop it once and for all. This should be episode 8 of season 4, count on your own from now on. Andreotti should need no introduction. He is the longest serving prime minister in Italian history and 32 times minister of the Republic. Among his more important roles, we have Minister of Defense from 1959 to 1966 and again in 1974, Minister of Industry from 1966 to 1968, and Foreign Minister from 1983 to 1989. Andreotti remained in Parliament from the times of the Constituent all the way to his death
I'm
in
working tomorrow.
2013. Granted that he was nominated Senator for Life in 1991, hence making him no longer reliant on votes even after Bribesville. Considering his immense level of influence, it shouldn't be surprising at all that Andreotti is in many ways involved in literally all main historical events in post-war Italy, including the very bad ones. As usual, let's begin from, you guessed it, the beginning. Giulio Andreotti was born in 1919 in Rome. He was raised by his mother in a state of extreme poverty alongside his two siblings. From a very young age, he would work to support his family until he eventually was able to get into university to study law. He did this despite his poor health. In fact, ever since he was a teenager, Andreotti suffered
Sorry, guys. He had he was president back in the 1970s. He left office in he lived all the way to 2021. Oh yeah, you're talking about Demita, yeah. What do you mean Giscard? I was a bit distracted. I have an appointment tomorrow at 10 at work, so finally I can finally keep working as a journalist. Man, it's just been boring. We're back on the grind, because July there isn't much to do, you know. So there wasn't much to do. Yeah, much work to do on the paper. I think he was talking about the French president. Oh, no, I think he was talking about Demita. Oh, never mind then.
Constant headaches his whole life. It was because of this condition that they didn't let him enlist in the army, something that didn't really bother him. In fact, he loved to tell this story. At the military medical examination, the
And I
doctor
sound
in charge
bored
gave me 6
in this
months
audio.
to live. When I became a Minister of Defense, I called him to tell him I was still alive, but he was dead. In 1941, he signed up to the Sapienza University in Rome. There, he also joined the Catholic University Federation, the only political group allowed in Italy other than the Fascist Party. Initially, Andreotti wanted to study navigation law and decided to make his thesis on the fleet of the Papal State. His research brought him to the
Boring
Vatican
ass
Library.
topic.
He went to the counter to ask for the books he needed, and there he met Alcide de Gasperi. That's how it all began. Andreotti became de Gasperi's assistant and protege as he founded the Democratic Christian Party, following him in his political journey and learning everything
Hold
he
up.
could from
This
him.
picture-
By the late 50s, Andreotti had his own current, a pretty advanced grasp on statesmanship, him in his Gasperi. That's how it all began. Andreotti
This picture over here, hold up, I have it. No, wait, the Gasperi book. Yeah, it is downstairs. Whoop. Almost fell. Whoop. Give me a moment. I'll be right back. Where the fuck is this book? Man. No, I think it is upstairs, actually. Fuck ass stairs. You guys can't see them, but hold up. Yeah, it's probably here. You know what? Fuck it, it's not important. Can't find this stupid ass book. Ugh. Monte Valero. Oh yeah.
He became the Gasperi's assistant and protege as he founded the Democratic Christian Party, following him in his political journey and learning everything he could from him. By the late 50s, Andreotti had his own current,
Actually, I
a
need to
pretty
check where the fuck
advanced
I'm
grasp
supposed
on
to go.
statesmanship, the fate of his colleagues, and a vast net of connections. As we already saw in Moro's video, the 60s and 70s were not exactly good times to be a right-wing member of Democrazia Cristiana, since the most high-ranking positions were held by people of center-left orientation in and out of the party system. People like Gonella and Pella buckled up and sided with the enemy, while others like Scelba and Piccioni
It's
just
literally
gave
at
up
the airport, what
entirely.
the fuck?
Andreotti was part of the former category. He stuck around and kept a low profile, but he still remained highly connected, especially with the branches of the army, police and secret services who were predominantly right-wing. It will be thanks to these connections that Andreotti will become Minister of Defense. Unfortunately for him though, you can't work with the army for too long in 1960s Italy without getting involved into some shady shit.
True.
Okay, so what you're about to hear won't have the same impact if you haven't watched the previous videos on Moro, the Gasperi and Jelly.
Whoa. You guys have seen those? Those are epic videos. You should watch those. Man, what the fuck is this place? 14 kilometers. I don't know if my scooter can handle that. Where the fuck are they sending me? They're sending me up the fuck ass airport. I'll show you guys, but it's I would have to go on Google Maps. Gladio Saga. Oh yeah, the Gladio Saga. I mean, just this one. The rest is just kind of, you know, DC. I'll be down to work on a series on Democrazia Cristiana, actually. Let's see if I have the document to show you. Yeah, this one. I'll start with Sturzo, which was basically the founder of Christian democracy in Italy. Let me get on. It's like a book on Luigi Sturzo. Was the ironically never really joined DC, which is kind of weird, honestly. After that, we have you know, the Gasperi, and then we have the centrism that goes to the left, so Fanfani. The organic left, so Moro and Rumor and those people. The historical compromise, so Berlinguer and Moro. The Pentapartito, so Andreotti, Forlani, Craxi. Not all of these people are from DC, but you know. Orlando's Net, which is basically like when the DC was about to crumble, and this guy Orlando decided to make his own party, which was Christian Democratic, but it was heavily anti-corruption, and this guy Orlando stayed at the head of Sicily for a very long time, because especially there DC was very close to the mafia, and he represented the Christian Democrats who were fighting the mafia, and so he stayed there for like a very long time. Now there's this dude that is like kind of radical right. It's kind of sad. I mean, no, it was not president of the of Sicily. It was president. It was mayor of Palermo, which is the capital. Then we got Tangentopoli, Segni's Pact. Segni like the son of the former president Segni, who tried to reform the DC but lost to Berlusconi. And then the small parties, UDR and UDEOR, which is like the parties of Cossiga and Mastella. Margarita, which is Letta's and Renzi's party, and eventually they became the Democratic Party. The new center right, the ears of Alfano basically, and that's it. Now there's not really any Christian democracy left. The only thing that is closest to it is that Alfano, right before the 2018 elections, he had this party which is like it's like the new center right. That was the name of the Christian Democratic Party, with like 5% of the votes. And it split in 2018. One became Noi con l'Italia, so us with Italy, and then another one, I don't know what the fuck it was. And it's just kind of the one that I can't remember right now didn't get elected. The only one that got enough votes to gain some seats was Us with Italy, and one of the few representatives of this union was a certain Lupi, and I think also Fitto, who used to be president of Apulia. I could make a video on them, but it's very uninteresting. Okay, so so why did you say your Halloween video creeped you out on rewatching it? It did not creep me out. I said it was really good. I was so shocked when I read that Segni had an alliance with Lega before Berlusconi. Yep. I think man boobs are actually quite sexy on a man, even if that guy you just mentioned earlier is such a piece of shit. I mean, it's up to you, my dude. If you oh, my girl, or whatever you I don't know, man.
Please check them out if you really want a bigger picture of what really is going on. One thing a lot of people forget about Italy is that we never really got rid of the fascists in our institutions. Thankfully,
that's why we're so
most
based.
of them are dead, but back in the day, most of the military officers that had committed war crimes in the Second World War were pardoned and had risen up in the ranks of the army. The threat of a fascist takeover was just as likely as a communist one, and thanks to Democrazia Cristiana, that never came to be. While Moro dealt with the left-wing front, Andreotti dealt with the right in their habitat, the shadows. The MSI weren't really a threat for as long as they were left in the parliamentary opposition forever, but the army, the police and the secret service, you can't just ignore them. Andreotti, as the professional centrist that he was, he mediated with the fascist forces to make sure they didn't take over the country, because they feared Moro's and Rumor's reforms, which they saw as communist. The years of
not creeped out,
they could have
creeped
been
out
much
by
worse if
how
at the
good it
Ministry
was.
of Defense they had put someone like, I don't know, Nenni or Sulo. In 1967, when De Lorenzo's dossiers were uncovered, the years of lead
Why the fuck was there Nenni? What?
If at the Ministry of Defense they
there
had
was a
put
picture of
someone
Tambroni.
like, I don't know, Nenni or Sulo.
Why the fuck were there?
The years of lead,
That's not Nenni, that's Tambroni.
They could have been much worse if at the Ministry of Defense they had put someone like, I don't know, Nenni.
Okay, so Sulo, I think that's the right picture of Sulo. Nenni, that's not Nenni, that's Tambroni, and Tambroni fucking sucks.
Or Sulo.
I already made a video on that.
1967, when De Lorenzo's dossiers were uncovered for the execution of his planned solo involving Segni, Andreotti was assigned the duty of getting rid of the documents. However, there is some evidence to suggest that before erasing them, some copies were sent to Gelli's P2. Sometime later, in 1974, he released to the public another document containing all the info regarding the failed coup of General Juan Valerio Borghese.
Oh, this
hence
guy's a
proving
fucking
that he
clown.
knew all along, and that he probably had something to do with the general's sudden escape to Spain. In 1979, so shortly before the beginning of the P2 investigations, Andreotti's
Ah,
name
yo, that's Adinolfi. What the fuck is he doing there?
appeared in many testimonies and documents regarding the P2 members Sindona and Gelli, not to mention his possible involvement in the murder of journalist Pecorelli, a member of P2 himself, who was likely to release to the public many highly valuable info on the secret organization and Andreotti's ties to it. His name was also thrown around by many mafia collaborators, the so-called repented associates, who decided to turn themselves in to give info in exchange for a
Most of the info these guys provided, it was mostly bullshit, but yeah.
pardon.
I mean,
Many
not mostly,
claimed
but
that
a good
Andreotti
portion
had
of it.
met with the leader of Cosa Nostra, Salvatore Rina, and most of the witness accounts actually match, although these accounts need to be taken with a grain of salt, since the system had little to no way to verify the validity of what was being said, and there were many associates who turned out just lying to make bank or to interfere with the investigation. Despite the overwhelming amount of hints, the substantial evidence is not a lot, and most of Andreotti's sentences, positive or negative, are today still wrapped in mystery due to the highly politicized role of the justice system of the 80s and the 90s. If you think that this is crazy, well, consider this. As all these cases were going around, Andreotti kept being one of the most powerful men in the country. Now, I already talked about what Andreotti did before the 80s in Moro's video, so let's continue on with his other political contributions. In 1983, Andreotti was made foreign minister in the government of the party secretary of the Socialist Party, Bettino Craxi. They didn't see
Oh, this
eye
one
to
is
eye
interesting,
on most
actually.
things, but foreign policy
Italian
wasn't
foreign
one of them. You see,
Italian
the
foreign
80s saw
policy
the
in the
improvement
80s,
of Russian and American
was
relations,
really
something
interesting.
Andreotti can at least take some credit for. But the stance Italy is remembered for taking back then was for siding with the Arabic countries during international disputes. The Sigonella crisis is a great example. In short, the crisis began in October 1986 when a Palestinian terrorist had hijacked an Italian ship and killed some Israeli citizens. One thing led to another, and the Italian authorities were eventually able to catch him. Reagan was pleased and expected Craxi to send him to America, but he refused alongside Andreotti because they wanted to judge him according to their standards. The terrorist was put on a plane to be sent to Rome, since he was in Sicily, but some American troops stationed there encircled the plane to stop its departure. They will later retreat after Craxi called reinforcement, and Italy won the diplomatic dispute. After the end of Craxi's term, Andreotti remained foreign minister under Giovanni Correa and his new rival in the party, Ciriaco de Mita, who held left-wing views contrary to him and Forlani, a close
What do you
ally
think
of
about
Andreotti, who was also somewhat
about
related to
Andreotti?
propaganda
Livo? It's
duet.
pretty good.
De Mita, as prime
Although,
minister,
of course, it's very like exaggerated. I'm convinced Andreotti is behind Shinzo Abe's assassination. Of course, I think Andreotti was a snake in the Garden of Eden, a snake of a guy. Oh yeah, kinda, absolutely.
didn't last very long, and Andreotti succeeded him in 1989. He will remain there until 1992. It won't be an easy government. To fight the accusation of being involved with the mafia, Andreotti passed several laws to crack down on the phenomena. In response to this, the mafia committed some of their harshest attacks over the course of the late 80s and 90s. They killed magistrates such as Borsellino and Falcone, politicians such as Andreotti's close friend and mayor of Palermo Salvolima, and even before that, the president of Sicily Pier Santo Mattarella, brother of the current president of the Republic Sergio Mattarella. In 1990, he also passed the Mami Law under the pressure of Craxi, that in turn granted more freedom to private television entertainment, such as Berlusconi's Finibest. Furthermore, with the fall of the Berlin Wall, the political environment in Italy had no reason anymore to rely on the current political structures. Communism was not a threat to contain anymore, so people had no reason to vote for the Christian Democratic Party. Francesco
Yeah.
Cossiga, former ally of Andreotti and now President of the Republic, did his best to give Andreotti a hard time in the hopes of calling for
Base
anticipated
Cossiga.
elections, which without a doubt would have shown a drastic drop in votes for the DC. But Andreotti hung on and took the necessary measures to remain in power despite all the people who wanted him to go down for his crimes. One of them was to expose Cossiga as member of Gladio, a secret organization in the Stay Behind coalition which existed solely to prevent a communist uprising. This was enough to shut Cossiga up for a bit, but the group was far from dangerous. In fact, it was somewhat inactive since the 70s and only targeted radical left members anyways. After Andreotti's nomination as Senator for Life by Cossiga, the party went through a bit of an identity crisis, with its current failing to find a new leader in time for the 1992 elections. Personally, I think this was all part of Cossiga's plan, but I may be giving him a bit too much credit. In 1992, the DC got the lowest results ever, 29%. It was still enough to govern because the communists also had lost votes, but the situation still wasn't very good. The economy was shit, the mafia was at everyone's throat, and right when Forlani and Andreotti were battling each other off to become the president of the Republic, Falcone died, leading to Parliament voting institute.
No. Andreotti is the reason Cosa Nostra moved to the US. No. Actually, Mussolini was the reason why Cosa Nostra moved to the US, and Andreotti was the reason why Cosa Nostra came back to Italy.
Institutionally for Scalfaro, someone closer to De Mita and Prodi. As
Love
the
Scalfaro.
First Republic came to an end, Andreotti witnessed, as Senator for Life, all the developments of the Second Republic. Berlusconi as Prime Minister, the left finally winning an election, Italy adopting the euro, and the short-lived period of the two-party system. After the narrow elections of 2006, he was basically one of the 6 senators for life that voted in favor of Prodi's second cabinet, and ultimately also the one who let it fall, possibly after making a deal with Berlusconi. Aside of this maneuver, Andreotti was a silent observer from 1992 to 2013. Ironically, these are the years of the Second Republic. When he died, he took an unimaginable number of secrets with him to the grave. We will never know how responsible he was for all the screwed up things that happened in Italy over the years. However, despite all the sketchiness surrounding his name, Andreotti is still remembered as one of the best statesmen Italy ever had. Unlike Moro, he didn't try to forgive the bad to govern well alongside it. He perpetuated the bad to bring the good. And with all that is going on at the moment, I can't help but wonder what would Andreotti do. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy my work. I will see you next time.
Okay, guys. So I think that I was looking right now at a way to actually get where I'm supposed to go tomorrow, and it's kind of a mess. So I think I'm just gonna close this stream. Crazy how he nearly became president of the Senate in 2006. Yeah, that's actually kind of crazy, man. And then who became it? I think it was the Senate. I think it was Pera in 2006. No. Casini in 2006. I mean, in the Chamber of Deputies, maybe. Let's see. I kind of wanted Casellati to be president of the Republic. And Marini, of course. Yeah, Pera was the one before. Okay. So I was sort of oh my god, Schifani! Holy shit! Schifani was president of the Senate after that. Oh my god! And then Grasso in 2018 Caselati, yeah. Okay, well, I think that's it. Be sure to like and to check out season 4. I was planning of doing much more today, but work calls. Man, they sent me to the fucking airport. I'll see you guys soon, I guess. Alright, to the next live stream. I'll probably be doing more of these since now I have the right setup and everything. I'll probably also probably be making like videos too, like the script is over here and then I look at the camera. Yeah. See ya guys. So nice to for you to sticking by. Yeah, I'll see you soon. To the next one. Watch the Salvini video.